Hey everyone, today this reaction is going to be a rant, but it's not going to be a Thomas episode. It's going to be a YouTube video called Grown Up Who Never Seen Thomas Needs to Start. Now this is back in 2016 where a guy named Turtles and Thomas reacted to a video called Grown Up Has Never Seen Thomas the Tank Engine. I know because I watched the Mark Anthony. Well, this is going to be pretty much like the Mark Anthony because it's been taken down. I felt like what he said at the end was very good. So yeah, and I would react to the actual video, but the guy took the video down. So let's watch this, and I'll tell you Turtles and Thomas's thing about it. Never mind, and I'll give you mine afterwards.
Okay, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Yep.
Grown-ups watching Thomas the Train, that TV show for like 5-year-old kids. Yes.
It's called Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas is not a train. A train is what he pulls. Thomas is a tank engine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, dude.
There's people older than me, okay? Older than me. They're either in middle school,
Wait, people in middle school are older than you?
high school, or they're out of school altogether. And they still watch. I don't even know how that kid has fans in the first place. But anyways.
Because lots of people like Thomas the Tank Engine.
They were 22 years old, and they was a fan of that show. And it's like, okay, you'd rather stick to, and you know what?
Could you just pick a topic and stick with it?
But no,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
they'd rather just stick to the age. There's this episode of My Strange Addiction where the person
Who gives a crap about that, right?
It was like some
Alright. First problem with the video Turtle Thomas is commenting on. He can't pick the topic. When he picks a different topic, it's not about the topic of the video. Like, he put in the actual video from D. Mark Anthony's reaction that he didn't write anything down. If you want to prove your point, write it down. This is why you write your points down. So you remember what you're talking about. Here, though, he's just talking random nonsense, hating on Thomas people, and talking about My Strange Addiction or something. So stupid.
It was a transvestite or something. I think there was like 2 cases, but there was a tranny.
That's not really a nice word to use.
And there was like this guy, and they were dressed up in like a baby outfit, and they did not want to grow up. They just want to be treated like a baby.
Where are you going with this?
Exactly.
Does this have to do with Thomas?
Exactly. He's just talking random crap at this point. It's not the point of the video, it's the point to talk about Thomas and why Thomas fans need to quote unquote grow up, but we'll get into that a little bit. Trust me.
And that's who I honestly think of when I see people watching that show. Like,
So in your mind, people enjoying television that is meant for a younger audience automatically equate to wanting to abandon all parts of adulthood.
Yeah, and D. Mark Anthony's explained what he was saying. It's basically like you can look more into it, but it's like an inappropriate fetish for being a kid. Basically, like an inappropriate feeling for being a kid. Stuff like that. When it comes to people like me watching Thomas and Friends, it's more of just them enjoying something that's not necessarily meant for their age demographic. And people have kind of learned to accept it. There's a bunch of people that watch Cartoon Network shows, Nickelodeon and people have... No, wait, kind of... Not kind of. And people have pretty much learned to accept it. There's a bunch of people that watch Cartoon Network shows, Nickelodeon shows, Disney shows that are, this guy's age or older. And my age or older. You know? So, yeah. adults like kids shows. Like, people kind of learn to accept that. And when it comes to Thomas, yeah, it is made for little kids, but there's enough in it to the point that adults, older kids, and to the point that adults can enjoy it as well. And stuff. But we'll get into that later on as well, like, more into detail. So basically, adults can like Thomas as well. That's why people watch Thomas in the Thomas and Friends community, because there's enough for it to appeal to an adult demographic. We'll get into why this guy doesn't know that in a little bit. Just me again.
I
Going
would rather sit down and watch the news. I would rather sit down and watch one of them old crazy reality TV shows, The Real Housewives of the United States, because they just got so many cities. I'd rather watch that show.
I would rather.
He's just like listing shows he would rather watch. Like, it's a fact that you should be watching those shows instead. For one, buddy, the news isn't even a show. I mean, it's technically, but the news is just a program on TV for people to watch to know what's happening in the world. It's not a show. You watch the news, you should probably already knew that. Secondly, the show, I forgot the name because I don't care about those reality television shows. But guess what? It's your opinion. That's his opinion. If those people like Thomas and Friends, let them like Thomas and Friends. If you don't like it, go ahead. You don't have to like it. In fact, you should probably be happy that they like Thomas and Friends, because they can enjoy something that you can't. And if you really are, I'll get into that last part in a little bit.
They're gouge out my eye sockets with scissors than watch any of those shows.
Yeah, I know about
However, I
that,
believe
but
you
yeah.
are entitled to your own opinion.
People of
That's
my
his
age
opinion.
or older than a show for 3 to 5 year olds. Okay, the time you should stop watching that show is when you turn like 7 or 8.
Actually, I did stop watching Thomas when I was around 7 or 8 because I no longer appreciated it for the reason children do. However, a few years later, I got back into it and began to have a more adult understanding of what the show was and what it meant.
I at least stopped watching Thomas around 11. However, the same year, the last late 2016, no 15. I stopped watching when I was 10, but later on in the year, I started getting back into it. And nowadays, I have a more adult understanding of what's actually good about it. Basically what he said.
Watch TV shows that's not teaching you your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You shouldn't be watching Thomas the Train.
Oh boy, here's the part that I was talking about. If you really want to rant about a fandom liking a show that you don't, watch the show that the fandom likes before you make a rant about it. Watch the show. Do research. Research. It's called research. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Research. The fact that he thinks Thomas uses your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s is just bull crap, because it does not. I like to talk about the majority of season 8 through 12, and pretty much everything in the Sharon Miller era. It does a lot more than teach you your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, because it has intelligent, likable, relatable, and understandable characters, good visuals, good live action models in the classic series, and good CGI animation in the Andrew Brenner era, good continuity for the most part. Good continuity, good music, and good solid narration and voice acting, because in the classic series, the narrator used to voice all the characters, and they did a good job. And in the Andrew Brenner era, they have individual voices for the characters, and they do a good job as well. In the US, dub, and UK, but yeah. And their stories are really interesting in both the classic and Andrew Brenner era.
Bring up the this point a number of times throughout this video. I don't know what era of the show you have seen, but unless you're talking about the absolute dark ages of the series, it does a lot more than just teach you your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s.
Because the kid, no, that Glenn Gregan kid's like 13. I think he's 9.
Well, which
I was just assuming how old he is just because he likes Thomas the Tank Engine. That's undescribable. Undescribably stupid.
is it?
But it was cartoons like SpongeBob, like comedy-based cartoons.
Oh, I can like SpongeBob. I can't like Thomas the Tank Engine. Nonsense.
Cartoons like SpongeBob, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes. Like, those are shows that I grew up watching.
Exactly. Tom's is a show I grew up watching when I was a little kid.
This is a show I grew up watching.
But those are shows that anybody, you could be like, honestly, 90 years old or something, still watching those type of cartoons like Looney Tunes. Because if that's something that you grew up watching as a kid, then okay. But those shows, they don't teach you your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s. It's comedy-based shows.
When I was 2, when I was 7, when I was 10 or 9, yeah, I think, wait. When I was 8, I used to watch the episodes, when I was younger, I used to watch the episodes with my dad all the time, and he was enjoying them as much as I was. So it's really, any show, I think, would be the definition of a family show. I think it would be Thomas.
When I was 3 and 4, I used to watch the
Pretty much what he
episodes
was
with
saying,
my
but I was just giving my
grandmother all the
example.
time. She was enjoying them as much as I was. So if there's really any series that defies an age range, I think it would be Thomas. Which again does not teach you your ABCs or your 1, 2, 3s.
Exactly.
Those are the shows that grown-ups like my age or older should be watching.
I thought you just
I just said that any age group can enjoy those shows. Exactly what he said.
said that any age group could enjoy the shows.
But if you're 13 or 20, 19, 22, or any other age,
Buddy, those are years, not ages.
you're 40-something years old, and you're still watching that Thomas the Train video, I would not be surprised if you were in prison, okay, for molesting a child.
Well,
That part legitimately insults me. It doesn't insult me, but it's just... Wow. He thinks that if you like Thomas, you're that. You deserve that. It's disgusting. Disgustingly stupid. That's the most disgusting stupid you could think of.
oh, whoa. Okay, that's going a little far, a little fast.
Because seriously, you should not
Exactly.
be watching that show at an old age, okay? Nobody should, alright? So,
Should nobody be watching it, or should only small children be watching it? You seem to be flip-flopping a lot.
anybody out there watching that show,
Should little kids be watching it, or should nobody be watching it, or should only little kids be watching it? You seem to be flip-flopping a lot. You seem to be switching a lot.
especially a show like that, it's sad. It's in my eyes, that's sad.
It's not sad. Why is it sad?
Okay, so yeah, people,
Why is it sad?
Why is it sad is right. Wanna know why it's not sad? Because they're making a hobby based off something that brings them entertainment and enjoyment. Therefore, it's the total opposite of sad.
quit watching that show. It ain't going to help you with anything, okay? It's like,
I think it helped.
I think I'll be laughing. It's got a lot of good continuity, excellent morals. excellent way of handling those morals without shoving it in the audience's face. And really good, solid, enjoyable stories.
See, with a lot of things, I think there are lots of strong characters, excellent morals. It's something that transcends an age group.
If you're 22 years old, you shouldn't be watching shows like that. You should be watching the news. You should be watching shows more for your age, right?
Oh, yeah, man, I love The News. The News is my favorite show. I just got season 4 of The News on Blu-ray. Love it.
Exactly. Everyone loves the news, right? Guess what? The news isn't even a show. It's a program on TV that's supposed to help you know what's going on in the world. Great.
And people are going to be all like, well, you could be at any age. I mean, it's a free country. You can do what you want. No.
It's a free country. No!
It's all to do his own country. That's terrible.
Wrong.
They're going to think that you're crazy. They're going to seriously think that you are crazy. Mentally insane in the head. Okay, you belong.
So, if you're a Thomas fan, what he's saying is that if you're a Thomas fan, you're a crazy person. Again, I don't know how to describe how stupid that is.
In a nut house, all right? You belong somewhere. You belong in one political position. You belong in a crazy home, okay? End of that discussion.
Oh, are you done listing synonyms for insane asylum? I don't think you've said all of them yet.
Because I grew up, there's this elementary school that I went to, and so they had like these teams, right? So they had like a kindergarten, first grade, they would be in one team, second and third, they would be in another team, and important, they would be in like that. They were all in high school, so those were like the older kids, and they would just separate like that, okay? That's how, once when you're pretty much like 7 or 8, that's when you should stop watching that show.
You really just spent 25 seconds telling us about your school life so you could conclude with the same argument you've been repeating ad nauseum.
That's just
You should
stupid.
not still be watching that show.
Okay, first off, it's not sad because they're enjoying something and they're making a hobby about it, and there's this whole fandom that can help them out with voice acting and stuff, which they do a lot. And they watch Thomas because it brings them enjoyment, and they make Thomas videos because that brings them enjoyment, because the videos are talking about something that brings them enjoyment. So therefore, making a video about it brings them enjoyment. So why are you attacking people for making Thomas in the videos? I'm pretty sure everybody more effort in their videos than you do half the time, for crap's sakes. But I watch reality TV shows, so yeah, that's what he thinks.
Okay. I grew up as a kid, as a little child.
So what? So what? Has nothing to do. So what, dude?
I would rather play that video game than to watch that show.
That's your opinion. And besides, you don't even know what you're talking about. So how can you know if you would rather play a video game than to watch Thomas? You should probably watch Thomas first before you play a video game so you know which one you would want to do first to entertain yourself.
Let me just put it that way.
Your opinion is not objectively correct.
Yep.
You are
What I was saying.
Nothing.
That's his opinion.
Teletubbies or them Thomas Train shows, you should not.
I have a theory. He either watched Thomas when he was a little... No, maybe he's never seen Thomas. Never mind. To be honest, hold on, I'll say it after he says everything.
Be a grown up.
This is the point in the video when it became...
I really met a lot of people at my school who would compare Thomas to Sesame Street, or Barney, or Teletubbies, or shows similar to that. You want to know what I say? I say that then they watched Thomas when they were little kids. I wouldn't say they actually never seen it because they watched it when they were little kids, but they remember nothing about the show. And they don't even know what they're talking about either. And they seen it when they were little kids, so they don't even remember anything about it. They think it's a kid's show when it's not. Basically, kind of like this guy, except this guy never seen it. Those guys just haven't seen it in a while and refuse to, because they just assume things about it and stuff.
crystal clear to me that he has never seen the actual show.
Exactly.
I don't understand how you can make a 10-minute long video rambling about a subject you did no research on.
Still watching those shows, okay? So, but especially, and it's like the reason why I focus so much on Thomas the Train, because there's so many people out there that are like fans.
It took you several minutes just to get to the reason why and who you're rambling about. Great script, people, this guy has. He totally writes his stuff down. He is proving nothing. I just can't wait to get to the end already.
And they're my age or even older, or they are at an age where they shouldn't be watching that show. They're fans of that show. How? I understand if it was like an adult comedy based thing and you were doing like adult comedy things like
Thomas is one of the most adult shows out there. It's way more adult than My Strange Addiction or Crazy Housewives of the United States or any of those stupid reality television shows that you're talking about. You've never seen them. You know what? I should take that back because I'm sounding like that guy right now. I'm sounding like this guy right now. Just assuming shows. Thomas is more mature than shows like Rick and Morty, South Park, Super Jail. Thomas is way more mature than any of those shows.
with that show.
It's way more
You're
adult
just
than
a
any
fan, like,
adult
oh my
show
God, I
out
love
there.
this train.
Even good ones.
If you're watching shows like that and you're around my age, or you shouldn't be at an age why, or if you're old enough to where you can understand things, your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and you're still watching that show.
As I stated earlier, older fans have a better appreciation of what the show was than we did when we were children. A 4-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 24-year-old could each watch the same episode and take away a different appreciation from it. Shows like Barney and Teletubbies are only enjoyable to small children. When we get older, we don't appreciate them because there is no substance to them. Thomas is not like this.
Stop. Okay, stop. Because you're going to be in the category as that guy from Subway, where his name, like Jared Fogle or.
I would say that I'm surprised that you didn't simply Google search his name to have the correct information for this video, but since you've done no research on the topic of the video, I'm not really that surprised.
Me neither.
I don't know, but you're going to be in the category as one of him.
You know, you really should have. If you're gonna make it this long.
Thanks.
You should not be watching those shows. That's just my advice for anybody.
Totally
out
a good
there. You
person.
should be watching much more mature shows like the news or.
It's fine because how stupid this all is.
The one account that I seen, the person was 22 years old. I'm like, they should be at the movies watching horror movies. They should be watching, comedy movies.
Not
You're
everyone
watching
likes
this,
the
and
same
it's
thing.
Like, oh my God, what? That's cringing. In my eyes, that's cringing.
That's cringy.
Look, grow up.
That's cringy. They're making something off something that they like. That's cringy. That's what he thinks is cringy, people.
Don't watch shows like that. Grow up, okay? You need to.
Okay. I find it horrifying that someone who puts no effort into a video about a topic that they have no idea about, that don't even do research, and someone who doesn't understand and not everyone likes the same thing, and so clearly does not want to, is the one telling me and an entire fandom to grow up. When you do grow up, you will understand that liking a movie or TV show does not make other people inferior. This guy is basically the definition of arrogant. Arrogant. If we don't know why, let's look at the definition of arrogant quick, shall we? Alright, let's look at the definition of arrogant, shall we?
Arrogant. Unpleasantly proud and behaving as if you are more important than, or have more than, other people.
Alright, the reason why this guy is arrogant is because he's very proud of the fact that he watches reality television shows, Looney Tunes and SpongeBob and stuff, and the fact that he watches the news, and he's behaving that he knows more than the Thomas fandom, or people that like Thomas when he really doesn't. That's why he's arrogant. Let's go back to the video that we were reacting to. Just wanted to make that clear.
Oh my God! What? That's cringing. In my eyes, that's cringing. Look.
I'm just gonna end the video right here because that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So, if you're a Thomas fan and you've been angered by this guy, calm down. Because there's a bunch of people that don't even know what this fandom's about. I never talk so much trash about it because they're just jerks. You know, there's a bunch of jerks that make fun of people for liking kids shows. And the best thing to do is just ignore them. Because they're just arrogant, rude pieces of crap. So yeah. But at the same time, don't do this. Be proud that you're a Thomas fan. So, be proud that you're in a Thomas and Friends fandom. In fact, there's a fan film right now called An Unlikely Fandom that's gonna get a wide release. What other fandom has ever done that outside of the My Little Pony fandom? I mean, it is a My Little Pony fandom, but not like a full-on, high-quality movie like An Unlikely Fandom. Be proud that you're in the Thomas and Friends fandom. But saying that, don't do it because guys going to be like, oh, Thomas and Friends is a good show. If you like Thomas, do not shove it in anyone else's faces. Or brag about it. Just be happy you're in the Thomas and Friends fandom. Respect their opinion and they'll respect theirs. That's the best thing to learn from this video. So yeah, I'm Rebek Flame. Peace out.